This drama is called Ancient Love Poetry. The main two characters being Shangu and Baijin. The story is about four true gods, uh, but it's mainly about Shangu, who is a leader of four immortals who falls into a sleep after sacrificing herself in a trial that lasted 60,000 years. So Shanku's trial of chaos was to sacrifice herself for the mortal world, the humans, and in which she did that, but that didn't mean that the war stopped or whatever. After that, Shanku wakes up many years later, and memories of what happened 300 years ago were completely wiped out. But her former lover, Baijin, never forgets about her. Sacrificing his own reincarnation for her life, he waited for her 60,000 years. Even when his soul disappears, Shanku will wait for him forever. I absolutely love this drama. I have a few grudges, but I love this drama. It's the four true gods, each one of them having a specific power. Um, they have great importance. They're born with the power of chaos. They understand the responsibilities, the importance of fighting for what is good and what is not good, and they understand what justice really is. And for the 60,000 years, they leave the disciples or immortals that follow behind the leader in charge of the lower realm, which is the heavenly realm, palace, whatever. And well, things turn up to be not as what they seem. They seem to chose bad disciples because these disciples were evil. Some of them had bad intent. Some of them started most of the wars between the demons and the immortals. There was always a battle fight when she was away. Though she protected the human world, the mortal people. It didn't stop the demons and the immortals from fighting. And every time the demons and mortals fought each other, it put the human world at risk because it damaged the earth. Because what happens above fell upon the earth, the lower realm, which is the mortal world, and it put them in chaos. But the four true gods are Shangu, Baijin, Tenchi, and Zhang Zhou. I was saying their names wrong, but it's pretty good. It reminds me of 10 Miles Peach Blossoms and as well as Sweet Love of Dreams. One being it because it's like sweet and 10 Miles of Peach Blossoms, Yua, he sacrifices his soul to the bell in order to protect so Bai Chen was protected by Yua and the 10 Miles Beach Blossoms, and he sacrificed himself in the bell to protect her. Um, because in the second battle that she had with him to seal him back into the bell, he sealed away her memories and she became immortal, which she couldn't remember who she was or any of that important stuff. Shangu, for instance, she died in tribulation 60,000 years ago, but with the help of her disciple and Baichen, they gather parts of her soul, searching for her lingering ghost, and she is born again with her power sealed away. She lives to be a normal girl, not a ruler of the world. Her name becomes different. It's no longer Shangu, it's Hulcher. She becomes a normal girl who lives a normal life, um, doesn't remember the past or tribulation of chaos. She doesn't remember any of that. Eventually, things become devastating where the tables turn and things get really bad, where she has to awaken Shangu, the ruler of the three realms, the chief god of chaos, the high goddess. And in this particular aspect, she's pregnant. Baijiu becomes Chimo, and he becomes someone else because he's doing some incredible things to protect the woman he loves. It's a lot of secretism in this series. Shango gets hurt a lot because Bajin doesn't be very honest with her. In Sweet Love of Dreams, there was a waiting period between the princess and Danwa, but that's when she was pregnant and she was carrying a baby, and she went to go experience life because she was becoming a merchant, which is the rule when you become a merchant where she's from, in Quinn. So she did each one. It was like 3 lives, 3 worlds. They did have to experience separation. They all experienced a part where they all had children. And here, Shangu and Baijin does eventually have a child together. I just think it's really good. It's really incredible. It reminds me of both Sweet Love of Dream and the difference is and Sweet Love of Dreams is the princess, she goes to die with her lover. She doesn't think nothing of her child. She rush out there to protect him at any cost. But in 10 Mouse Peach Blossoms and Ancient Love Poetry, the males do all they can to keep their women out the way from being harmed. They both knowing this is the mother of the child. Donwa didn't know he had a son, so it's, hey, he probably would have did more protecting her, keeping her out if he would have known he had a son at the time. But that's just my opinion. It's pretty worth watching. I probably watched it 3 times already, but that's just me. My favorite parts are when Waha, I can't even say her name. The evil disciple she gets dealt with. The saddest part is when Baijin sacrifices his reincarnation for her life. Because that's when he's dying, all her old memories from 300 years ago reappear, and she remembers her having a baby. She remembers her name being Holcher. She remembers all these old memories, and it's really saddening because she remembers only after he's dead and gone. He's the one that sealed away her memories. He kept lying, deceiving her. He placed her memories inside the bracelet in which he gave her. which I think their love is pretty powerful. All three stories, but yeah, I think it's pretty awesome.